Carlsberg, the shrill howling of a wolf echoes throughout the cold, foggy night. People in the village shrink back into their homes, their eyes filled with horror. Through the dense falling mist, a distant castle seemed to glow with a mysterious illumination, like a hand of death reaching out to grasp its prey. For it is almost midnight. On the eve, the vampires of Carlsberg come to life. Hans, the cross, it will save her from the vampires. As soon as I bar the window, that night terror reigned through the village. A young American listens to an innkeeper. It's vampire's night. Your life isn't worth the space it takes up if you out of doors. I don't believe it. The conversation in the inn is interrupted by the shrill scream of a girl. What was that? Vampires. They must have taken someone. Look out. I'm going out there. Don't. It will be your end. As the young American leaves the inn, he sees a figure leap from one rooftop to another, carrying a girl on his shoulder. Running across the street, the American starts to remove his outer garments, and by the time he reaches the rooftop, he is dressed in a very familiar attire. It's the Angel. Scanning the streets and alleys below, the Angel spots the so-called vampire. A cold, sharp wind strikes the vampire, and a huge shadow of an angel appears on the building next to him. As the vampire stands stunned by the huge shadow, the Angel drops in front of him. Seeing the Angel, the vampire drops the girl and takes to his heels. I will tend to you later, my friend. She's dead. No, just frightened out of her wits. Who are you, dressed like that? That does not matter. Arm every man you can and head for that castle. I'm going ahead. So hurry to the Temple of Vampires. No, well, I'll be. He must be one of the vampires trying to lure us there. At that, the innkeeper bolts the door, not knowing the mistake he is making. Tracks in the mud leading up to the castle. That's where the vampire went, all right. Or is he a vampire? A short time later, the Angel reaches a Temple of Vampires. Nice creepy place this is. A figure suddenly step out of the archway in front of the Angel. What the hell? Hi, buddy. That ought to hold you. Who can't get in this way? To many of them. Climbing up the ivy, the Angel reaches one of the upper windows. Looking down, the Angel sees a huge ancient room. In the middle is built a strange electrical laboratory. Vampires, a good front for whatever is going on here. Oh, what's that? Through one of the doors, several men drag frightened girl into the room. Your screams will do you no good. There isn't a soul within a mile who will help you. Let me go. What are you going to do with me? You shall soon see. My dear one, bring in the beast. Yes, sir. The walls part and huge gorilla is dragged into the room. Pretty, eh? Now I shall interchange your minds. An ingenious experiment which is successful will revolutionize medical science. Prepare to go to work, men. Amid the roaring of the gorilla and the crackling of the electrical machinery, the girl is tied to a large table. Bring the gorilla arms closer. This is wholesale murder. What's taking those townspeople so long to get here? There are too many here to fight alone. But unknown to the Angel, everything is set. Stand back as I throw the switch and start the experiment. I can't wait any longer. I'll have to do the best I can without the people from the town. Then, like a streak of lightning, the Angel dives off the windowsill. The mad doctor sees the Angel diving for him and whips out a gun. As the doctor's gun blasts out, the Angel strikes, sending him reeling backwards into the crackling apparatus. I'll have to move fast before his men get hold of me. Tearing loose the girl's bonds, the Angel frees her, and next turn toward the doctor's men rushing at him. Crashing blows strike out like wildfire. One of the mad doctor's men is sent crashing into the gorilla's cage, opening the gate and setting him loose. He's loose. He'll tangled up in the machinery and we all be blown to bits. Gushes. Like a streak, the Angel picks the girls up in his arms. and in a daring leap grasps a dangling cable swinging for one of the upper window. Hold tight. I'm going to jump for that tree. Hurry! The gorilla's going to crash into that machinery in a second. A moment after the angel dives from the castle window with girl, a deafening explosion sends the walls crashing out about them. This tree trunk will save us from being struck by any of the rocks. I think that's the end of so-called vampires. You can tell the people in the town that they won't have to bolt their windows and doors anymore.